Welcome back to Press Review. Let's start by taking a look at today's front pages in the Middle East. Starting from the UAE, where the Gulf News leads its front page reporting on the P5+1 talks with Iran, which is set to start today in Vienna to begin bargaining on what could be a historic agreement. It also reports that India's finance minister has presented the interim budget ahead of the general elections this year and features a picture of the Ethiopian Airlines plane, which was involved in a hijack drama at Geneva airport yesterday after the co-pilot diverted the plane from Rome to Geneva, where he was wanting to claim asylum. And from Iran, the Tehran Times leads reporting that the supreme leader of the Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, says he is not optimistic about the nuclear talks between Iran and the major powers, but not opposed to them. It also reports that a high-ranking Iranian foreign ministry official says that it will not be possible to hold a calm election in Syria if the dispatching of terrorists and the shipment of arms to the country are not halted. Egypt's Independent leads today reporting that Egypt's army chief, Field Marshal Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, won vast popularity by crushing the Muslim Brotherhood, but even a man seen by his followers as invincible may be unable to fix the mess in the politically sensitive energy sector. It also reports that a conscript was injured on Monday as a result of being shot by smugglers on borders with Israel, south of Rafah. Lebanon's Daily Star is reporting that Lebanon's new cabinet announced the formation of a committee to draft the government's policy statement following its first meeting at the presidential palace in Babda. It also reports that officials say a wave of car bombs in Baghdad and areas to the south have killed at least 33 people, and that the US Secretary of State John Kerry is in Tunisia to offer continued American assistance to the North African nation. Now let's take a look at the top headlines here in the UK. The Independent leads its front page reporting that the House of Commons Speaker John Bercow has written to David Cameron, Ed Miliband and Nick Clegg seeking talks on how Prime Minister's questions can be improved in the wake of mounting concern that its boisterous barracking and the partisan exchanges of MPs are seriously alienating the public from politics. The paper also reports that police are investigating allegations of serious financial mismanagement at one of the government's academy schools, fueling demands for stricter controls over their financing, and features a picture of Cara Delevingne getting ready to walk for Burberry Porsum as London Fashion Week continues. The Guardian's front page today reports on a United Nations inquiry which has said that North Korea's leadership is committing systematic and appalling human rights abuses against its own citizens on a scale unparalleled in the modern world, crime against humanity with strong resemblances to those committed by the Nazis. It also reports that a celebrated call by Winston Churchill for the creation of the United States of Europe was revived last night by a leading member of the European Commission, who said that 18 Eurozone countries should form a full fiscal and political union, and features a picture of British curler Vicky Adams as the GB women's curling team beats Russia at the Winter Olympics in Sochi. The Times leads its front page reporting on scientists saying that physical exercise is as important as starving off dementia as keeping your mind active. It also reports that the Liberal Democrats are abandoning manifesto policies that will be opposed by both Labour and the Tories as they try to advertise their wares for a future coalition, and features a picture of the Queen and the Duchess of Cambridge as they celebrated Britain's dramatic arts at the Buckingham Palace celebration. The Daily Telegraph leads its front page looking at a report by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development which shows that children of factory workers and cleaners in China achieve better exam results than offspring of British lawyers and doctors. It also reports that the first biological test for clinical depression has been developed by scientists in a breakthrough which researchers say will enable it to be identified and provide treatment at an earlier stage. The paper also features a picture of the Queen meeting Dame Helen Mirren, who has played the Queen on stage and screen. And now let's take a look at the top stories in international papers. Russia's Moscow Times dedicates its front page to the Sochi Winter Olympics, saying that every night is a non-stop festival for visitors. It also reports on the weather conditions, saying that the thick fog in Sochi caused the biggest weather disruptions of the Winter Olympics, with the biathlon and snowboard event having to be postponed. And China Daily leads reporting that Denmark has welcomed China to being more involved in the Arctic, particularly in sectors such as mining, fishing and sea route development. It also features a picture of the Ethiopian Airlines as police evacuate passengers from the aircraft after it was hijacked by the co-pilot. Finally, the Washington Post leads its front page celebrating America's victory at the Olympics as they win the first gold medal for the US at an ice dancing competition. It also reports that the Obama administration has decided to try to resume talks with the Taliban and sweeten an offer to trade Taliban prisoners held in Guantanamo Bay in return of a captive US Army sergeant being freed. For more updates, visit us on Levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.